March 2023, Kyiv, Ukraine. Air raid sirens blare across the city. Russian forces have just launched a Kinzhal hypersonic missile, one of their most advanced weapons. It's traveling at Mach 10, over 7,600 miles per hour. Russia has publicly claimed it's unstoppable. A Ukrainian Patriot battery detects the launch. Radar locks on. The system calculates trajectory, speed, intercept point. Seconds later, a Patriot missile launches, climbing rapidly into the night sky. 5 seconds after that, the unstoppable Kinzhal explodes in midair. Debris rains down harmlessly. The city is safe. Russian military analysts are stunned. Western defense experts are vindicated. This is the MIM-104 Patriot, the most advanced air defense system in the Western arsenal, the most requested weapon in the world, and the system that just rewrote the rules of missile defense. Welcome to Armed Insight. Today, we're breaking down the Patriot missile system, the shield that's protected Allied forces and civilians for over 4 decades. From its Cold War origins to its controversial Gulf War debut, from Saudi Arabia to Ukraine and Israel, this is the weapon system everyone wants but few can get. By the end of this video, you'll understand how the Patriot works, why it costs $4 million per missile, why its effectiveness has been debated for decades, and why it remains the gold standard of air defense. Let's dive in. The Patriot's story begins in the Cold War, when the United States faced a terrifying threat: Soviet bombers and missiles capable of delivering nuclear weapons. In the 1960s, American air defense relied on systems like the Nike Hercules, which used large nuclear-tipped interceptors to destroy incoming bombers. But Soviet technology was evolving. They were developing faster aircraft, cruise missiles, and ballistic missiles. The old systems weren't good enough. In 1961, the U.S. Army began the SAMD program, which stood for Surface-to-Air Missile Development. The goal was ambitious: create a mobile, all-weather air defense system that could engage aircraft, cruise missiles, and tactical ballistic missiles simultaneously. It needed to be survivable, rapidly deployable, and effective against saturation attacks where the enemy fires dozens of missiles at once. The program went through years of development, testing, and redesign. In 1976, it was officially renamed Patriot, which stands for Phased Array Tracking Radar to Intercept on Target. That name gives you a hint about what makes it special. The first production systems were delivered in 1981. By 1984, Patriot batteries were deployed with U.S. Army air defense units in Europe and the continental United States. The system was designed to replace the aging Nike Hercules and Hawk missile systems. So what made the Patriot revolutionary? First, the radar. The Patriot uses a phased array radar, meaning it has thousands of small radar elements arranged in a flat panel. Instead of rotating like a traditional radar dish, the beam is electronically steered, allowing it to track over 100 targets simultaneously while guiding multiple missiles. This was cutting-edge technology in the 1980s, and it remains highly effective today. Second, the missile. The original Patriot missile, known as the PAC-1, was a long-range interceptor designed to destroy aircraft. It carried a 200-pound high-explosive warhead with a proximity fuse. When it got close to the target, it detonated, destroying the aircraft with shrapnel. Third, the system integration. A Patriot battery consists of multiple components: the AN/MPQ-53 or -65 phased array radar, the engagement control station where operators manage the battle, the power generator, the antenna mast group for communication, and up to 8 mobile launchers, each carrying 4 missiles. The entire system is designed to be transported by truck or cargo aircraft and set up in hours. Fourth, automation. The Patriot system can operate in automatic mode, detecting threats, prioritizing them, and engaging without human input. This is critical when dealing with fast-moving missiles that give operators only seconds to react. Of course, operators can override and take manual control if needed. The Patriot was expensive. Each missile cost hundreds of thousands of dollars, and a complete battery cost tens of millions. But the U.S. military considered it essential. If war broke out with the Soviet Union, Patriot batteries would protect air bases, command centers, and troop concentrations from air attack. Then, in the late 1980s, the threat evolved. Iraq was developing Scud missiles, modified Soviet designs with extended range. These weren't precision weapons, but they were effective terror weapons, capable of striking cities and military bases with high explosive or chemical warheads. The Army realized the Patriot needed an upgrade. They developed the PAC-3 missile, which featured improved software, a larger warhead, and better performance against tactical ballistic missiles. This version was rushed into service just in time for the Gulf War. And that's where the Patriot became famous and controversial. January 17, 1991, Operation Desert Storm begins. Coalition forces launch a massive air campaign against Iraq. Within hours, Iraq retaliates by firing Scud missiles at Israel and Saudi Arabia. The Scuds weren't particularly accurate, but they didn't need to be. Saddam Hussein's goal was to provoke Israel into entering the war, which could fracture the Arab coalition against him. A single Scud hitting Tel Aviv could achieve that. Patriot batteries were deployed in both Israel and Saudi Arabia. On the first night of the war, Patriots engaged incoming Scuds. Video footage showed Patriots launching, intercepting missiles in dramatic mid-air explosions. It looked like a resounding success. U.S. military officials claimed Patriots had intercepted 45 out of 47 Scuds fired at Saudi Arabia and 15 out of 17 fired at Israel. President George H.W. Bush called the Patriot a technological triumph. Raytheon, the manufacturer, saw its stock price soar. The Patriot became an icon. But then questions emerged. Israeli defense officials disputed the claims. They said many Scuds were not intercepted or were only partially destroyed, with warheads still impacting. Some Scuds broke apart during re-entry, and Patriots hit debris rather than warheads. Analysts pointed out that Scud accuracy was so poor that even successful intercepts didn't always prevent damage. The most damaging critique came from MIT physicist Theodore Postol, who analyzed video and damage reports. He concluded that the Patriot had a near-zero success rate against Scuds in Israel and limited success in Saudi Arabia. His findings were published and sparked intense debate. The U.S. Army defended the system, arguing that Postol misunderstood how the Patriot worked and that even partial intercepts reduced casualties. The debate became politicized and remains unresolved to this day. One tragic incident underscored the system's limitations. On February 25, 1991, a Scud struck a U.S. Army barracks in Dhahran, Saudi Arabia, killing 28 soldiers and injuring 99. A nearby Patriot battery had failed to engage the missile due to a software error. The system's internal clock had drifted, causing a miscalculation in the Scud's predicted trajectory. It was a devastating reminder that no system is perfect. Despite the controversy, the Gulf War established the Patriot as the world's premier air defense system. Demand skyrocketed. Countries across Europe, the Middle East, and Asia wanted Patriots. After the war, the Army invested heavily in upgrades. The PAC-3 missile was developed in the late 1990s and introduced a radically different approach. Instead of a proximity-fused warhead, the PAC-3 uses hit-to-kill technology. It physically rams into the target at high speed, destroying it through kinetic energy. This is far more effective against ballistic missiles because it ensures the warhead is obliterated, not just damaged. The PAC-3 missile is smaller, allowing 16 to fit in a single launcher instead of 4. It has its own active radar seeker, meaning it guides itself to the target after launch, reducing the burden on the battery's radar. If this deep dive into the Patriot gave you a new appreciation for modern air defense, hit that like button and subscribe for more breakdowns of the weapons and systems that define modern warfare. What should we cover next? Iron Dome, THAAD, S-400, the F-15 Eagle? Drop your suggestions in the comments below. Until next time, stay informed, stay powerful.